Swahili TV updates.
We are dealing with maritime transportation. We own a fleet of marine vessels across the Great Lakes in Tanzania. In Tanzania, we have three major lakes: Victoria, Tanganyika, and Nyasa. We have not been having any means of transport that links the two countries through the lake. But fortunately, we have now started, and we started in a big bang, I would say, because we have renovated MV Moja to make it as good as new. It is new, actually. Leave itself in the hull or the plate, but every machinery, equipment, the navigation set in it is just brand new. So we have another more than 30 years of life of this vessel. So it's good news for us, because now we'll have uninterrupted operations. In the past, we started, I remember 2018 when I came here to request for a collaboration with Uganda Railway, which we have always been having this sort of collaboration, but we came specifically and signed an MOU to operate MV Moja. We got interrupted because the vessel was not fit for operations. It would sometimes go for minor repairs, and you operate today, tomorrow you're off. You operate today, tomorrow you go back to the dock. But now we have a vessel that will fly smoothly without any technical or mechanical problem. That is absolutely good news for us. That's why we can comfortably say that we are adding into the route 100,000 metric tons capacity per year by having this vessel, which I think is very useful for both of us, isn't it? So that is a sure deal now, given the state or the condition of the vessel. We also in a very advanced stage of having another project. We are going to build or construct, as a nation through our company, another wagon ferry. It's going to be a multi-purpose ship for cargo. And last month we signed a contract with the Turkish company to construct a ro-ro, which is going to be a multi-purpose, because it will have a radar lines like MV Moja. It will have a capacity to carry cars, vehicles, about 65 of them. So when you import your vehicles now from Dubai, you don't have to drive it through to Kampala. You just have to ferry it through on board this new ship that will be even named at a later stage. But it is going to be a contract for only 18 months. So knowing life, 18 months is just tomorrow. So when we speak today, and when we have already made a resolution that we'll be sitting quarterly, we'll be giving you updates now how the project implementation is going on. But the contractor is not mobilizing himself. It's a Turkish company, as I said. They're building or constructing vessels. So we believe we are going to have a state-of-the-art equipment in a very near future. So that's pretty much good development for cargo movement between our two countries. You all know about the MV Mwanza, Kati, which is now, I think is about 90% complete. It's a passenger ship, yes, but it will also have a capacity to carry 400 tons of cargo. And 400 tons is pretty good news. It's not a joke. 400 tons in one vessel, which is a passenger vessel, is also going to serve as an additional capacity to the route. Leave alone now the possibility of flying to Mwanza from Kampala and vice versa as a passenger to this vessel, which will take you less hours. I think on road will take more time, but given the speed of this new vessel, so it will take less than 8 hours to get here. And these 8 hours, you'll be dancing on the ship. You'll be eating nicely. You'll be attending the natural calls. You don't have to stop the driver for you to get out of the bus or a car. You'll be sleeping comfortably. So it's going to be a state-of-the-art ship, just like the other cruising ships you see abroad. We are bringing it in Lake Victoria, which is good, very good news. We'll be having a weekend in Mwanza. And as I've said, because I'm making this my second home, I'll be coming to see my second family here over the weekend. So, all this is done, to confirm that we are brothers, and we can do much, much more as brothers between our two countries. So, if you talk to the business community and you don't mention about the cost and time, no one will understand you. Even my brother Francis will not understand you. Because the whole essence of business is minimize cost and maximize revenue, not profit, revenue. And maybe serving better by having timely delivery of raw material and finished products wherever you want to take them. So we are going to solve all these two issues, which are the major components in business undertaking. The cost, as well said by yourself, that ships are the most affordable mode of transport across the globe. 90% of the cargo all over the world is carried through ships. And it is believed that if you make a comparative analysis between the other means of transport to ships, at least the second to it, maybe the road, you'll be able to cut down cost by almost 40% if you opt to go for the water as opposed to roads. 40%. So this fact has to be translated through operations. If you don't do that, it will be good as nothing. So we have revised our tariffs, and very soon we'll share with you how competitive we are. We only want to have an understanding with our brothers, URC, because URC and Mscl are not competing. They are complementing one another. The market is too huge for us to compete. We can't compete. We don't have capacity. We are only adding 100,000 metric tons. Maybe you have 200,000, maybe, or 100. But look here, the capacity of the meter gauge from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza is 2 million tons a year. Meter gauge. When standard gauge comes, it will be 10 million tons a year. So we create a bottleneck here if we don't complement one another. Because the your capacity and the MSL capacity is probably not going to exceed 500,000 a year. So we still have 7.5 million. If you make it 8 million, or if you make it 10 million, we still have 9.5 million tons unattended through the lakes. They will opt to go through Mutukula, which is going to be very expensive to them. So, as you do your planning, let's work together to ensure that the business community in both countries do not have troubles when it comes to transit and the logistic cost. So that is what we are going to do together. So we cannot talk about our tariffs if we have not sit down with our partners, URC, to talk about them, because we don't want to be seeing that we are cutting down, or trying to get anyone away from the market. It will be to our detriment to do it. We are not going to benefit anything. We have to collaborate and make sure that we agree what to do to serve this good community. When we talk of time, yes, you will see you will hear in the presentation that MV Umoja now has improved and save about 5 hours time. We used to go 23 hours, 20 to 23 hours, but now we are going around 13 hours from Mwanza to Port Bell and Port Bell to Mwanza. Only 13 hours. Cost, as I've said, is a sure deal that will cut down, and we'll have to agree with our partners so that we don't have a cut-through competition for nothing, because we don't have enough installed capacity to compete. When time comes, maybe we can compete later. But not now, because now we'll have to supplement and complement one another to be able to improve the capacity. What else? The business community want to hear about availability of wagons, which I might not be very much in position to talk about it now. But since we have URC here, who are also owners of the wagons and the locomotives, we normally talk about wagons and we forgot the locomotives. The locomotive is also a problem. It's a big challenge. But nothing is impossible if you team up and tackle the problems or challenges together. Before I got into this meeting, I spoke to URC, to TRC, and they have assured me that I can talk to you and tell you that they can consider the availability of wagons. How many now will depend on the business opportunities, because we are doing business. The locomotives will also be made available. How many? It will depend on the demand. But all in all, we want to have a smooth sailing and successful movement of cargo between the 2 points without compromising the quality of the end product. If you have to be carried through wagons, we'll make sure the wagons are available. But don't worry, even if it's a general cargo, and if your consignment can be taken as a general cargo, the ship can do it. If it's a loose cargo, the ship has the capacity to do it as well. And we'll take care, we'll make sure that you have your consignment delivered in good state. Because we have very experienced seafarers who can make sure that the safety or the security of the product is well taken care of. So much will be spoken. I don't want to preempt the presenter, but also I want to preempt some of your questions. We'll have a discussion where we'll have answers, questions and answers, and suggestions being received after the presentation. So I have to spare time for that. Otherwise, I again thank you very much for coming, and I appreciate your presence. Thank you very much.